I want you to do something for me. Delete social media for a day. If you've had a struggling addiction with social media, then a day might seem like, oh my god, it's so crazy. What if I miss something? Trust me. Just delete it for a day. Don't even delete it for a day. Delete it for 3 hours. Watch what happens. Will your friends message you? Maybe. Are you gonna miss anything really important? Probably not. After you delete it for 3 hours, delete it for 4 hours next time. The next day, delete it for 4 hours instead of three. The day after that, five. Try and hold on and delete social media for a day. Watch what happens. Nothing. There won't be some crisis. You won't get bombarded by messages. And first of all, you're not a celebrity. Your main purpose for deleting social media is because you know you're addicted to it, not because you think you're gonna get 1,000 messages in an hour. If you delete social media because you're like that, if you delete social media because you think you're gonna get 1,000 messages, then you know what you are. You think too highly of yourself. If you do get 1,000 messages in an hour, then you shouldn't even be deleting social media because obviously social media is of some importance in your life. But if you're just bullshitting yourself into thinking that, oh my god, I'm gonna miss something important. What if my friend sends me some random ass post? Then then you're just bullshitting yourself. In this book, Deep Work, they they did a study of sorts where this guy was addicted to Twitter and he just deleted it for 30 days, a month. What do you think happened? Twitter was actually one of his forms of business, I guess, a funnel for his business, I think. But what do you think happened? He didn't miss anything. Nothing crazy happened that he didn't miss. Nobody shat on him for deleting social media. And in fact, he was happier. Before the 30-day detox, he was severely addicted to social media. He said in the book that he would keep scrolling for hours or a long time on end without stop. After he deleted it, he noted that he was just more happier. He was more attentive to his feelings, his surroundings, the people around him. After the 30 days were up, he reinstalled Twitter. Guess what he did? Right back to scrolling. That shows you the power that social media has over us. That grip that they have on our necks. If we have it installed, they're always gonna have that urge inside of us to just scroll, scroll like a bunch of monkeys, like a bunch of slaves. We're slaves to our own addictions. Funnily enough, these addictions they shouldn't even be so accessible to us. We live in a world where hyperconnectivity is actually a real problem. A problem in the sense that it's an addiction that we can't get over because one, we love knowing that We love knowing all the news that's happening around us. And two, easy dopamine. Easy dopamine is the driving factor that's keeping you from success. What do you think is going to be successful? The guy who implements delayed gratification into his life, or the guy who only wants instant gratification? One of them will be happy right now, but depressed later on, and one of them will be emotionless, for lack of a better word, right now, and much happier later on. One of them starts off like this, goes maybe a tiny bit up, and then way back down. One of them starts off like this, they maybe go a tiny bit down because it's hard work, and then it skyrocket. And even then, you can trick yourself after a certain amount of time that hard work does feel good. So instead of going down, you go up, and you go even further up. You think, oh, this hard work actually feels good. I know I'm doing progress. It actually feels really good for me. And then after you finish it, you're gonna feel much better. Yeah, I just did hard work. I know that I did more work than anybody else around me. That's gonna make you feel really fucking good. Knowing that you did better than people, that's a good feeling. So I want you to do something. Just delete social media 3 hours today, and then start compounding that into more time until you just barely use it at all. And a trick you can use, instead of texting your friends on social media, switch over to a texting app like Telegram, WhatsApp, Messages. Those apps are purely for texting. No social media, no bullshit. Switch over to that, and you'll have less of an urge to actually go on it. You'll have one less excuse to not use social media.